afternoon, PC3. I'm Asher.
I'm Charlotte. I'm Olivia.
And today we're going to be doing a baking challenge, except I can't hear.
I can't talk. And I can't see.
So let's get into it.
Okay, so I'm about to put this mask on, so I'm not going to be able to talk anymore.
I can still hear you talking.
Okay, and now I'm gonna put on my blindfold.
And now I can't hear. Where do we start? I'm gonna go in here.
Where am I going?
Okay, first we're gonna need 3 grams of all-purpose flour. Huh?
Guys, wait.
Flour! That's sugar! Olivia, you wanna do the flour? I think you're gonna be really good at it.
Where?
Take it! Okay, wait, hold on. Let's see what's over here. Oh. I don't. 3 cups. Yeah. There you go. Good job.
Where is it at?
Now the bowl is like right here.
Is anybody watching me? Am I being supervised
Teaspoon.
right now?
3 cups. Bruh. This is a half a teaspoon. What?
Go somewhere.
No. Keep it there. Keep it there. How do you have flour on your mat? Okay, Olivia, you want to do it?
What is this?
Okay, and now
What
you're
is,
not
wait,
doing
what
it.
is it?
I don't know what you're saying.
How many jokes I can't make right now?
Oh, okay. I think you're good. Oh yeah.
I don't even think it came out.
Wait, no. Put out your hand. Put out your hand.
What is this?
Okay, here's this. Okay, now take the sea salt. Okay, now take it and you're gonna pour that in there.
What?
Got it?
Oh.
Okay, next we got. Oh, we're supposed to do stuff? 2 sticks. 67. Yeah, that's soft. Okay, that works. 1/2 granulated sugar. How's Olivia doing? How much salt did she pour in there? Good? Really? No way.
I'm like master chef right now.
These are gonna be some go-to cookies.
I need something to go in here.
Huh?
What am I doing?
Huh? Yo, I need this. Oh, for the vanilla.
What am I doing?
What?
What am I doing?
What?
What am I doing? Where's the vanilla?
You need a whisker.
No, the vanilla.
You don't need a whisker.
No,
So what do you need?
the vanilla.
Vanilla? Vanilla?
Yeah.
Yeah, vanilla's right here.
Where?
And then this is what you need to put it in. And then and then yeah.
And what?
Yeah,
That's
you
empty.
the steak shop?
Hey,
I didn't think so.
does this have stuff in it?
You want me to open it?
No. Is this empty? You don't know if it's empty.
Is there not enough?
Doesn't
So
feel
what's that?
like
What are you
it.
asking me?
It feels empty.
What?
It feels empty.
You're asking me what? Oh,
Scott,
go, bozo.
What? Oh, you're mixing? Asher!
Yeah?
You can hear me. What's going on?
Bowl.
No, what's in there?
You need something to mix it with. Don't want to see me juggle the eggs? Watch this, ready? Got it. Wow, that actually works. Wait, is there shell in there? I hope there's not shell in there. Got it.
I need another one. Right? Oh, are you doing it? What do
I don't know
do
what you're
now?
saying.
Oh, mix?
What?
Is it mixed? Am I good?
Oh, okay. Now, oh no! All right, now start mixing it. Start mixing it. Oh, yeah, good job. Wait. Oh yeah, I got you.
What should I do right now?
There's no stick spray.
What's this?
It's good.
What is that?
Wait, what? How do you do it? How much? Oh, careful. You got this. Yeah. It's so good. Oh, yep. Woo! Ah!
Ready now.
Balls on the pan.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, oh, perfect. Hey.
Okay, guys, so we're done with the cookies.
And we're about to try them.
Yeah.
They taste like cookies, not gonna lie.
This does not taste like a cookie. I don't even know what's wrong, but there's definitely something wrong. Honestly, I don't think there was anything we could have done to prevent this from happening. There was like...
I blame Olivia.
Guys, actually, I was kind of, doing all the work.
Exactly. She was doing all the work. This is why it sucks.
Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Okay.
Well, that was it for this Friday show segment. I have fun watching the other one.
It's Ruthie back with PC3 Media, and I'm trying something a little new with my camera and using my phone as a mic. So we're gonna see how that goes. But for my segment this week, we're gonna be doing a music review for one of my favorite bands, Beach House. They've been on my Spotify Wrapped for probably about like the past 2-3 years. Start off, they are a Baltimore-based indie band. I actually thought they were British until I had to do the research for this, so call me a fake fan. I don't really care. And I think the indie genre in general is very broad, and I would consider indie anything that's like self-produced and not necessarily mainstream. But that's a whole nother conversation. I want to talk about a little bit about their discography. My personal favorite album, my personal favorite songs from them, and some songs that y'all might know because they've been getting a little bit of attention lately. Their very first debut album is the self-titled Beach House that was released in 2006, and their latest album, Once Twice Melody, was produced in 2022. My personal favorite album from them is Depression Cherry because obviously I was like 13, 14. I heard Space Song on TikTok and I was like, I need to listen to more of this. So that album is really what got me into this band and really kind of a gateway into more indie obscure music. Some of the songs from them that you might know include Space Song. Like I said, it's been all over TikTok for the past few years and is one of their more famous songs. Some of them that you might know is Silver Soul, which was sampled by the one and only Kendrick Lamar in his song Money Trees. Master of None, which has been on TikTok recently because The Weeknd sampled it in his song The Party and the After Party. So for y'all Weeknd fans out there, like, y'all know what's up. I really like Bluebird. It really got me out of the trenches my sophomore year. Yeah, and I just really like the kind of sound to it because it is from Depression Cherry, which is, like I said, is my favorite album from them. Recently is Gila. I love the instrumentals and like the instrumental part of the song. Obviously the lyrics and the vocals are great, but the instrumental is like really what does it for me. Recently is Days of Candy, again from Depression Cherry, and it's just such a unique song and it just has a lovely sound to it and it makes my ears happy. And that's what music is supposed to do, make your ears happy. That's my kind of rundown of Beach House, who they are, what they are, whether or not you might be familiar with them. Ruthie Matthews signing off. Bye, y'all. Have a great week. And happy holidays. Y'all gotta stay tuned for a holiday special coming up.
Hello, this is Emerson Forrester reporting from PC3 Media, and today I have the amazing opportunity to interview a Freemason for our Blue Lodge in Valparaiso. I apologize for any technical issues with the audio, but without further ado, I hope you enjoy.
My name is Tim Forrester, and yes, I'm okay being recorded. Okay, so to start at the beginning, Freemasonry started as far as a speculative order in 1717 in the Grand Lodge of England. It still resides there today. Freemasonry came to the United States by way of the Revolutionary War, because a lot of the colonists, a lot of them were Masons. George Washington, some of the famous presidents early on, writers of the Declaration of Independence, they were Freemasons as well, and they brought Masonry to this country. The House of the Temple, as well as the Scottish Rite Research Center in Scottish Rite Museum, anyways, in Lexington, Massachusetts. They have a lot of the artifacts from that time. So in the Blue Lodge setting, there is the head of the lodge is the worship master, and he's elected once a year. Each lodge has an election once a year, and so you have a worship master, which is the head of the lodge, and he sits right up there. Then you have a senior warden, which sits right behind you, and a junior warden, which sits to my left. Those are elected officers. And you also have a treasurer and secretary. The secretary basically takes care of collecting dues, minutes for the lodge, takes care of a lot of the business part of the lodge. And then you have the treasurer, which is more or less the bookkeeper of the lodge. Between those two, they pretty much run the day-to-day business of the lodge. Then you have appointed officers, and they all have a specific role within the lodge and the different degrees that are conferred here. The York Rite and Scottish Rite also have officers, and they're also elected once a year. They do various duties depending on what they're doing for that time. So I became involved with the Scottish Rite right after I finished up here. I was a worship master actually of this lodge in 2005. And then I was appointed to the Rose Croix line in South Bend, the South Bend Scottish Rite. And I then went through the line there, became Most Wise Master there, which is the head of the line of the Rose Croix, and then was crowned a 33rd degree in Washington, D.C. in 2013. And then I served in some various stations after that, and that was my tenure in Freemasonry as far as active membership anyways. As far as how I got started in the fraternity, that all started back in 2001 when my mother's family was involved with Masonry. Her father was a Mason, was involved over in Lake Lodge in Crown Point, and it was her uncle that actually got me into the lodge here. They were members over at Lake Lodge. They also did York Rite work over in Gary, the old Gary Lodge in downtown Gary, which no longer exists. But in 2001 is when I got started, and that was why. It was through family lineage, and then it ended up getting me here, basically. In the Blue Lodge, it depends. There's a lot of different, the lodges do a lot of different things. Some, in fact, Dunes Lodge in Portage will be starting, they used to do the Christmas tree fundraiser. There's lodges that do stuff for not 4th of July, I'm sorry. They do for St. Patrick's Day, they'll do corned beef and cabbage. Some do a pancake breakfast. So it just depends. Some lodges don't do anything. Now, as far as the charity work, that's really beyond here in the Blue Lodge. There you're talking more like the Shriners Hospital. That's probably the most famous one of them all, is the Shriners Hospital. Beyond that, you have the dyslexic centers that the Scottish Rite funds. You have various, the Eye Templar Association. You have various charities within the York Rite. So they all have something that they bring as far as charitable work. As far as the Blue Lodge, part of our dues every year goes to the Masonic Home down in Franklin, Indiana, and that takes care of the infirmed and elderly within the fraternity if they wish to retire there. It's an assisted living center where they can live out the remainder of their days. If you're going to, people look at it as far as like books, movies, there's been a lot of, people have made more of Masonry, I guess, than what it is. They've glamorized it, and I guess people look at it and they're like, well, are they out hunting treasures? Are they out looking for, it's like a big adventure. And really, Masonry's not that way. And I think if members that come in, or candidates anyways, come into the lodge and they take out of here as members what they learn, go back out into the world, they're better men for it. And I think that's too often looked over. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be all about titles and, you know, all the hierarchy, if you will. And that, it's fine that it's there, but it's not what Masonry is. It's not what it was designed for when it was started. It was designed to make men better. And that's the root of Freemasonry, is what we teach in these walls, in the walls of the York Rite, and the walls of the Scottish Rite.
Big thank you to Tim for coming out and letting me interview him, talk to him about Freemasonry. And I would like to give an even bigger thank you for the people who let us into the lodge for recording.
Hello, you beautiful people. I'm your host for today's Game Room segment, Jaden Woods, and today we're going to look at some games that you can look forward to this upcoming December. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. To start us off, coming out on December 7th, 2023 is a game inspired by two of the largest movies in history, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. This up-and-coming Avatar game will feature a Far Cry-esque art style with similar gunplay and just graphics overall. From what we know so far, you will be able to ride some of the awesome and incredibly beautiful dragons that we've seen in the movies. You'll fight against the never-ending force of humanity as they attempt to destroy you and your race in the same unfortunate mass genocide that we bear witness to in the movies. I'm personally extremely excited for this, and we just got word a few days ago that this game will be coming out soon, rather than in 2024 like originally expected. Next up, House Flipper 2. The first House Flipper was an extremely influential game, inspiring a completely new genre of relaxing video games that are truly just meant to help you enjoy your day and de-stress. The game revolves around you, a house flipper, searching the market for ruined or abandoned houses, fixing them up, painting them, adding furniture, and then selling them for a ton of profit. The sequel will feature more diverse and larger maps along with completely revamped mechanics to make the game a little bit easier to play. This game will be coming out on December 13th, and you can guarantee that I'll be getting this game the moment that it comes out.
What are you most excited about for House Flipper 2?
I'm excited about making my dream come true as a realtor. I love flipping houses and breaking down walls. That sounds like a dream to me, so I'm really excited for that.
Alright, and one last question. What do you feel about the price of the game? Do you think it's fair?
It's a little steep, I can't lie. For what you get in the game, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but $25, I don't know, man. I feel like if it was maybe more like 10, 15, I'd be more keen on the idea.
Alright, and thank you for your time.
Yeah.
And now one last game before I hit the hay, one that has been in a lot of controversy within the last couple years, The Day Before. This game is a hyper-realistic, massively multiplayer video game that has been in the works since roughly 2019. The reason that it has been in a ton of controversy is because of the developers. A lot of the film that was released for the original trailer was described as CGI-like and easily fakeable. Some people were saying it's easy to fake this because you can render it and then post it without having to render the entire game. Some of these angry people began looking into the developers' backgrounds after this. playoffs. This dev has made some pretty low quality games in the past, including Prop Night and The Wild 8, who have barely reached over 100 concurrent players at any time. These people used these games to declare that this developer was scamming his audience with this trailer, and leading them to disappointment. But lo and behold, the game will be releasing in just a few days, also being on December 7th and supposedly looking exactly like how it did in the trailer. I'm pretty excited to see how this turns out, and I'll most likely be getting it on drop day as well. Well, that being said, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for some more new games that are coming out soon. I'm Jaden Woods, and thank you for watching PC3 Media.
To nobody's surprise, this has been an amazing season. We've had close games, nail-biters, and absolute blowouts that we didn't see coming at all. And there's just so much more to happen, but it's almost over, and it's been no disappointment. It's been fun.
There's been a lot of surprising teams, but also a lot of disappointing teams. And that's where it comes down to, these playoffs and Heisman finalists. But now, we're going to be talking about our personal predictions for the games. Over the weekend, the College Football Committee made the most important decision of the season. What teams will be playing in the college football playoffs? This is what all of the teams work for, but only 4 of them get the privilege of playing for the national championship. This weekend, we learned who these teams are: Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama. All of these teams had great seasons, with Michigan and Washington finishing undefeated, while Texas and Alabama only lost 1 game. All 4 teams are champions of their respective conference and have looked dominant in virtually every game.
Like usual, there was lots of controversy after these selections. Several people were surprised and a bit unhappy when they heard that Alabama was one of the teams selected. Many people are saying that the committee favors teams from the SEC, and this was a prime example. However, the main controversy that came from this weekend is Florida State's selection, or lack of selection, that is. The Seminoles finished their season 13-0 and were champions of the ACC Conference. The main reason this decision was made is based on the injury of their star quarterback, Jordan Travis. He is a pivotal part of the team, and without him, Florida State has looked lost. They barely squeaked by Louisville and Florida in their past 2 games, and as sad as it may seem, I believe Michigan would beat them pretty badly if they were to play head-to-head. The committee took notice of that key injury, and to many people, it was unfair for a team to have this good of a season and not make the playoffs. It is not over for the Seminoles, however. Like many other teams, they still have 1 more bowl game. Speaking of which, here are the most notable bowl games coming up. Louisville versus USC at the DirecTV Holiday Bowl on December 27th. Arizona versus Oklahoma at the Valero Alamo Bowl on December 28th. Missouri versus Ohio State at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic on December 29th. Georgia versus Florida State at the Capital One Orange Bowl on December 30th. And finally, the college football playoff games of Alabama versus Michigan at the Rose Bowl on January 1st and Texas versus Washington at the Sugar Bowl on January 1st.
In other news, the 4 Heisman finalists have been announced. The Heisman is awarded to the best player in college football each year. These 4 players are recognized by the committee to be the most valuable players in college football. The 4 players chosen this year are Jaden Daniels from LSU, Marvin Harrison Jr. from Ohio State, Bo Nix from Oregon, and Michael Penix Jr. from Washington. These players have had amazing seasons, and unlike what usually happens, all of these players have been playing for a while. Instead of playing for 1 year and going straight to the NFL, these 4 guys have played every year possible for their collegiate careers. There is not one guy who is above everyone else, so it should be a very close race.
How's it going, guys? I'm here to make my predictions for our bowl games, our playoffs, and who's going to be the Heisman this year. So let's get right into it. For the DirecTV Holiday Bowl, Louisville versus USC, give me Louisville. For the Valero Alamo Bowl, Arizona versus Oklahoma, give me Oklahoma. In the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, Missouri versus Ohio State, I'm taking Ohio State. Georgia versus Florida State at the Capital One Orange Bowl, I think it'll be Georgia by a pretty large margin. All right, for the national champion ones, the big games, we have Alabama versus Michigan at the Rose Bowl on January 1st. Give me Alabama. I think they're the hottest team in the nation right now, and I think they'll take the win. And for Texas versus Washington at the Sugar Bowl on January 1st also, I'll take Washington. I feel like they're as hot, if not hotter than Alabama, and I feel like they'll take care of Texas. And for the Heisman, give me Marvin Harrison Jr. I feel like he's had the biggest impact for his team overall, and I don't think Ohio State would have as successful a season if they didn't have him on his roster. So, thank you.
Well, you guys heard Jack's side of the predictions, so now you're going to hear mine. And for the first game, I'm going to go with USC. Louisville, they barely won their last game, so I'm definitely going to go with USC. Next, I will have to go with Oklahoma, because why not? Missouri, definitely not taking them. Going with Ohio State. They're a very good team. They really put up a game with Michigan, so definitely Ohio State. Definitely going to go with Georgia, because they were number one. They did lose to Alabama, but that's fine. But I think it could be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or nothing, because Florida State's also pretty good. So, but I'm definitely going with Georgia. But, now to come to the big games, I'll probably go with Michigan, because Alabama, they did beat Georgia. That's a big upset, because they were 8, Georgia was 1. But I'm going to go with Michigan. I think they can take Alabama for sure. Then I'd probably go with Washington. They beat a couple tough teams like Oregon and, some decent teams. But I haven't really heard much about Texas that much. But I'll definitely go with Washington. And then for my Heisman, I want to say Bo Nix because I'm an Oregon fan, but Marvin Harrison because, boy, he's just tough. He is so good. And that's it for my predictions.
This college football season has been nothing short of amazing, and it has gone so fast. We've seen throughout the season that no team is safe from an upset, so there are no for sure predictions for what will happen in these upcoming games. No matter what happens, we're all looking forward to an exciting end to the college football season. Signing off, this has been Jack, Andres, and Dorian from PC3. Have a great day.
Whoa, what's going on? What's the rush?
Mr. Harbaugh wanted me to get footage of the basketball game, but I kind of left Katie waiting up there in the room, so I gotta go.
So what you're saying is you left a girl in your room while you flew off to deal with a crisis?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Not good for her, but good. That's the tricky part of the job, Mark. Learning what you want to do with what you need to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, remember, you're not just a superhero, Mark. You're a cameraman with responsibilities normal mans don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks, Dad.
Hold up a minute. You have to be tough. You have to be resilient. But most importantly, you have to be in...
Do you have any interest in living the perfect superhero family life you never had? Well, Amazon Prime's original adult animated series, Invincible, might be your cup of tea. With the comic book source material originally published on January 22nd, 2003, followed by the animated series on March 25th of 2021, the show has seen major success with critics and viewers alike. Since Invincible aired during quarantine and was a well-received show, it makes sense many would be drawn in whether or not they were previously fans of the superhero genre.
Invincible is a show that follows Mark Grayson as he balances his new double life of being a high schooler and also a superhero. You're probably wondering, how could it get any worse? Probably the fact that his dad is also a superhero and somehow manages to combine classic dad lessons with much needed superhero lessons. Altogether, it's a show that will surely pique your interest. Akin to most media when it gets like an ounce of popularity, other IPs wanted in on the golden ticket to success. Mortal Kombat 1's edition of Omni-Man as a standalone fighter marks their claim to Invincible's fame. Another game, known for their various blend of crossovers, added an Invincible Pack 2, allowing you to play Fortnite dressed as your favorite silly red and white superhero. Invincible's witty twists and fantastically written story has also spawned a slew of jokes and other popular references. Its cultural significance will probably only continue to grow, almost like the show is invincible.
When trying to watch any modern-day superhero adaptation, it's really difficult to keep up with the 23-movie timeline and 5 more TV shows with seemingly no end. Invincible uses this seemingly repetitive format to its advantage, and with its new, fresh take on the genre, out comes a refreshingly written superhero show starring the one and only J.K. Simmons as Omni-Man, and Pete Sapunk as Invincible. Not just these two individuals carry on screen either. Every voice actor, sound designer, animator, etc. gave their all to create a television show that shows hard work and dedication was put into it. To showcase that, we'll conduct a brief bullet point summary of the first episode. Family Guy cutaway. Yes! After these two losers talk about something about their son recovering from a drug addiction or something, the clone twins attack the White House, and the Guardians of the Globe have to come out to the rescue. Omni-Man saves this Batman-looking guy, introducing us to one of the main cast.
Discount Avengers.
As the battle's coming to its climax, it shows our main character, Mark Grayson, reading a comic book on the toilet, and his mom walks in? Frickin' creep, dude.
This reveals the surrounding family dynamic is well aware of who Omni-Man is and how they surround themselves with him.
His father!
The supporting cast gets introduced, and Mark's butt gets kicked. A reoccurring theme.
While working his 9-to-5 job at Burger Mart, Mark discovers his powers unsuspectedly, and his dad reacts really strangely to the news, almost disappointed. Then we cut back into a deep exposition flashback about Omni-Man's people, the Viltrumites. I know, we're gods. Basically just introducing to what the lore of the series is.
Mark goes on a semi-successful late-night flight excursion, and Omni-Man has to teach his son the basics of flying the next morning.
Unnamed Bully A tries to beat up Mark again, to no avail because he is so awesome with his superpowers now.
Mark goes on his first superhero job and stops a bank robbery. Some more stupid in-depth conversations with his parents, building relationships. Ew.
Who would have that? Who would have relationships with their parents? Freaking loser over here. At the climax of the episode, Mark finally gets his iconic superhero costume and fights a guy with a big, funny arm. And then, invincible. And then that's the end of the episode. Oh God. What are those noises? Is that suffering? Oh my God. And with that being said, Invincible is a perfectly okay show to watch as long as you meet the age requirements for every episode.
We both enjoy this show very much and would appreciate it if you checked it out as well.
I will say it's very interesting, though, about how many superheroes are showing up at PC3 headquarters. I mean, as of recently.
Yeah, that's true. At least we're not Marvel Studios.